Um, I was molested by my brother's friend before I started preschool, and at that time I didn't know that it was disgusting until I was 6 or 7 years old. And during that time, I didn't know how to handle the situation because I didn't grow up in an environment wherein we talk about our emotions, our feelings, or family issues. And um, I've kept that incident deep within my heart. And every time I see that person in my mind, I was literally stabbing him a million times. In my mind, I've been peeling off his skin and squeezing lemon on the open wounds. Like, I've done a lot of really cruel things to him in my mind, but of course I can't do it. And he shows up every time there's a family occasion, like my brother's birthday, Christmas or New Year. And every time I see him, I'm gonna be really panicky. I wanna hide, and I'm just so scared to death. And there was this time, I think it was my brother's birthday, and the dinner was not ready yet, but I'm just so hungry. And then he arrived at home. I went to my mom's room because I was scared. And but at the same time I was so freaking hungry. And then when my mom was calling me because she said that the food is ready and we can eat dinner. I don't want to go to the dinner table because that person is there. But I'm just so freaking hungry. And I told myself, why should I be afraid of him? I didn't do anything to him. As a matter of fact, it should be him who should feel ashamed because of his behavior. And so I ignored my fear because I'm so hungry. That's how my mindset works. And you know, and then we were face to face at the dinner table, and the pain was replaced by anger. Like, every time I look at him, as if I'm shooting laser beams at him, or I'm just gonna like gobble him up or something like that. But he's just so thick skinned, and I told myself, nah, I'm just wasting my energy on this person. I'll just let it pass by. So every time I see him, I really get scared. So I always pray to God. But there's always something whispering to me. That voice is saying to me, everything was meant to happen. And I'm weird. I believe that voice. I trusted that voice. And I told God, I don't understand why this has to happen. But I trust you on this. It was painful, and the anger was just deep seated in my heart for 10 years. And so when I was 13 or 14, I have two friends in high school. So I couldn't contain the anger anymore. So I decided to tell friend number one about it. And that girl made fun of me. And I said, how can a person make fun of someone else's pain? I trusted the wrong person. And I said, it's not even evil because for me, evil is for people who want to destroy humanity. You know, those people who are highly intelligent. And that girl's attitude, it's just plain garbage. And so I decided to tell it to friend number two. And friend number two was just, comforting me. She was very empathetic. She assured me that I'm gonna be okay. And after I told my story to her, she then opened up that she encountered the same thing when she was young. It was from her relative. And, I told myself, I'm gonna keep friend number two forever. Like she's a treasure for me. And then another incident happened when I was 14 or 15. This time it was another person. It was someone close to my family. And I was just so scared. So I told my mom about it. And my mom was hugging me. She was assuring me that everything's gonna be okay. She told me that not to tell it to our family members because a lot of people will be hurt if they knew the truth. And at that time, I trusted my mom, and I feel that it was the right thing to do. So I assured her that I'm not gonna tell it to anyone. And besides, I don't want my family members to be hurt. For me, I just wanted to carry the pain all by myself. And another incident happened when I was in college. Same person when I was 14 or 15. And at that time, I didn't want to tell my mom. And I was trying to get in touch with friend number two. But when I called her up, I think she was putting formalin on a dead cat for her school project. And when she asked me what's up, I told her that, oh no, I just want to catch up. And I know that you're busy. I'll just call you some other time. So I was unable to tell the incident to her. But it was just way too heavy for me. I really need someone to talk to about it. Someone that I really, that I can really trust. And so I decided to tell it to my boyfriend at that time. And I really can't recall the things that he told me, but that time I just felt assured and comforted and secured. And I told myself that I'm gonna move on. I'm not gonna let this incident or this person take over my life. No, I can't. It's not gonna happen. So, of course, I moved on. But the pain, they were like deep within my heart. But I just trusted God. And I always hear this voice, that voice, that weird voice that's saying to me everything was meant to happen. And what's weirder, I always trust that voice. And I always believe in divine justice or spiritual law So I just let it, kind of slip away. And something happened to me in 2014, but of course, that's gonna be another story. Um, I've hold on to the pain for 10, 20, or 30 years, or maybe 20, yeah. And I was advised to, in 2014, I was advised to forgive the people who have done wrong to me. And so that's what I did. I told myself that I'm gonna get my justice someday. And what's funny? That person who molested me when I was 14 or 15, and when I was in college, that person is one of the people who said that I was ugly when I was young. And that person molested one of my relatives as well. And my relative was brave enough to speak up. And when this person was confronted, he actually denied it. And he said that it was my relative who seduced him. And I was kind of expecting that he's gonna deny it. And when I heard about it, I realized I did the right thing. Like way back when I was 14. I did the right thing to stay quiet at that time, because otherwise, if I spoke up, it's gonna be more traumatizing for me. And another funny thing about this person, when I opened up my small business, I made a video about my shop, about the stuff that I sell. This person actually commented that I look like a boy wearing a dress. Yeah, of course I do. Because I look like a man wearing a dress, because I really have to maximize the full potential of my masculine energy to protect myself from men like you. That's it. The audacity. I can't. Anyway, if you're watching this, and if you're a young girl watching this and you've encountered the same thing, or if you're a grown-up woman like me, you've experienced this when you were young, I'm telling you, everything is happening for a reason. I can guarantee you that you're gonna be okay. You know what my guarantee is? My life story. Everything's gonna be okay. I know how it feels. It's filthy. It's disgusting. I'm still grateful in a way, because I didn't have issues when it comes to intimacy. And I know that there are a lot of girls, like, they were really traumatized with what happened to them. Like, even if their family members will touch them, they're gonna be really scared. It's just so sad. And other women that I know, they either become really boyish or lesbians, or some of them, they're gonna be like nymphomaniacs. Yeah, so if you've encountered the same thing, I assure you everything's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. That pain will turn into something beautiful. Convert that pain to your strength to carry on, to be stronger than before. Turn that pain into purpose. And for those who are watching this, who didn't experience the same thing, I'm not sure why you're watching this video, but don't worry, I have a special message for you as well. Okay, so this is for you. You know, when you encounter some people and they got into an accident, right? So some of them are wearing, wearing casts, or they have crutches, or they're in a wheelchair, right? And of course, if you encounter these people, you're gonna be like really careful and cautious not to hurt them or bump into them or anything like that. You know, for people who are molested, we don't walk around having placards saying, I was molested, back off, I'm in emotional pain. We don't do that. So the best thing that you can do, don't judge people from the way they look, the way they dress, the way they act, because you don't know the emotional pain that someone's carrying. So the best thing that you can do is at least be decent or pretend that you're educated. That's what you do. You know what else you can do? Share this video or repost it to your timeline, because you'll never know. Maybe your friend or relative needs support. You can let other people know that they're not alone in this journey. Yeah, that's what you can do.